Speaking to Canvey, Island manager Danny Heale following today's 1-0 victory against Harrow Borough. Danny, up to third, or as you just said, joint second. Hard fought, but how happy are you with another 3 points?
Yeah, I thought the conditions played a massive part again today. I thought first half, obviously we had the wind against us, and they was on the front foot, and I just said to the boys, you've got to try and stick at it, stick together, be strong, stand up and be counted, and just get through to half time without conceding, and in the second half would be a different game, and it proved to be that way. And I thought we was really good second half. I thought it was a bit of a mixture of two halves again. Dug in first half, and then second half we was on the front foot. Stokesy could have put one away maybe on another day. He'd score that, but so we dug in, was patient, and we got what we deserved at the end.
It was a scrappy game. Do you think we struggled to get the strikers into it a little bit?
Yeah, I just thought it was just an end-to-end game. It was just, especially because of the windy conditions, it was just tough for both teams to get the ball down and play. But I thought the wind sort of died down a little bit second half, which probably done us a favour. So we played some good stuff at times, but we looked nice and solid, a clean sheet, and obviously 6 wins on a bounce is fantastic.
So the big talking point in the first half was that penalty decision that went against us, wasn't given against Martin Tui. What did you make of that, and was you glad that it didn't affect the whole outcome of the game?
To be honest, yeah, obviously Martin's adamant in there that he's been brought down. Obviously, it looked to me from my angle that it was a penalty, but obviously I'll have to watch it back on the video. But he's Martin's not really like that, and also he's beat the keeper, and he's got an open goal to put the ball in, so he's not going to throw himself on the floor. He's a goal scorer and wants to score goals. So, mind you, probably would have took the penalty anyway, but listen, as a forward, I used to play up front there. If you've got a chance to get that ball in the net, you're doing it. You ain't going to throw yourself on the floor. So, but we showed good character to get over it, and we stuck at it, and like I say, we got the 3 points.
How hard were Harrow to break down? Because they looked like they set up quite well defensively.
Yeah, well, we had them watched. I've had a couple of reports done on them as well. Spoke to a few different managers this week on the phone and that, and they just said that they're just a hard working side, and they just work and try and break you down, and that proved the way today. And that they, fair credit to them, they come here, stuck to their game plan, and they was big and physical, and they just worked really, really hard for each other. And we had to be patient. We said don't force it, keep the ball, wait for openings to appear, and obviously it was a great bit of passage of play to get the corner, and then obviously we scored from a set piece, which is pleasing.
Going into the final 10 minutes, did you think it was destined for 0-0?
Well, to be honest, I said to Brad on the side, I just said I can see this being a 0-0 here, and but they never really troubled us until I think it was injury time that there was a bit of a goalmouth scramble in our box, but they never really got in our half too much second half, which was pleasing. But I thought the back four, especially young Jake Petty coming in at right back, was sensational, and I thought Lawrence and Rich and Dumas were really strong, and throughout the side, we've got a good squad here at the minute, and we're getting results at the moment. But keep our feet on the floor, like I just said to the boys in there. We've got another. It makes Tuesday night away to VCD now even bigger. We played them down here a couple of weeks ago, and they're a different side now. They're only losing by the odd goal, and it's going to be a tough place to go. But so we're in good spirits, and people are fighting for their shirts now. And Tam's got another game banned, so that'll be his last game on Tuesday, and it's pleasing. So everyone's fighting for their place at the moment. That's how it should be.
So Jake Petty was man of the match as well. You said to me before the game how happy you are with him, how patient he's been waiting for his chance. How happy have you been with him coming in at fullback?
Yeah, so he had a bit of a bad game against Leverhead away earlier on in the season, and we took him off at half time. But to be fair to the boy, it could have been anyone on that day that come off, but he come off, and he's at a weight for nearly 5, 6, 7, 8 games to get his opportunity. And we had that game behind closed doors the other week on a Thursday with Steve Sheehan being suspended as well, just to see if he could play right back. And he's gone in there and done really well on the night, and then he played there Saturday and was really good, and then he was even better today. So credit to the boy, but that shows you the boy's attitude as well. He don't miss a training session, he works hard, does his extra running when he has to, and it's a credit to having this football club at the moment.
So after getting sent off on Tuesday, what a contrast for Richard Heale. How happy is he now compared to how he would have been what happened on Tuesday?
Yeah, listen, Richard loves his football, and he loves his football club, and that's why he's captain of it, and he was gutted as everyone. He apologised to all the boys after the game on Tuesday about him getting sent off, but it shows you the character of the boys again. They just dug in on Tuesday, and we got the 3 points, and the same thing today, but he was really good today. The back four was really, really good, and obviously Conor Goff, another clean sheet, he's doing really well. And but as a side, we're just showing at the moment we can mix it, we can play, or we can stand up and be counted, and it's very pleasing at the minute. But like I keep saying to the boys in there, don't get carried away. We've got a long way to go, and we just got to keep taking each game as it comes and plod along and see where we go.
So one man a lot of Canvey fans didn't expect to see back in a Canvey shirt is Leon Gordon. What do you make of his most recent Canvey debut today?
Yeah, I thought he'd done well. He said he's probably more of an established right back at the moment, but obviously Ozzy's injured at the minute, Marlon's injured at the minute. Obviously Marlon couldn't come on today, he's ended up being on the bench, but he hurt it again in the warm-up, so he was never going to come on today, and Leon's had to slot in there for us, but he's played right midfield all his career, and yeah, I thought he'd done really well, put a proper shift in for the boys, and the thing is with it is, listen, I'm running this football club, and I've got to try and make sure that this team is winning games and doing the best I can, and I think for a local boy like Leon Gordon to come in here, I had a chat with the chairman about it. We've had a chat with a few of the directors as well, and I can't please everyone all the time, but all I know is he will make our squad stronger, and that's what I'm here to do, so that's why I've done it.
6 wins on the bounce. You can see that the players are buzzing just by watching them after the game. How important is it though to stay focused, even though we're on the best winning run we've been on for years?
Yeah, well, I think that's the experienced players we've brought in the summer. That's where they come into it now, and they're in there with the young boys that saying, keep your feet on the ground, don't start getting carried away still, because there's a smack in the teeth around the corner, which there is, and we've had that already this season. But like I keep saying to you, there's ups and downs, a long way to go yet. We're going to have bad days, good days, and but we'll just keep riding this wave at the minute that we're on, and a long way to continue. But listen, it's a tough league we're in, there's some good sides in it, and obviously we've got VCD next, and then I think we go Dulwich, Leiston, Bognor coming up, so there's some tough games coming, and listen, the more points you get on the board as early as you can, you put yourself in a good situation, so that's what we're doing at the moment, but we're just taking each game as it comes and see what happens.
Nice one, thank you Danny.
Thanks mate.